Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Marketing Monday today. We are here. My name is Maneksha, by way of introduction, and we are here for another live stream of all things marketing. I have a bit of a croaky throat today because I've been doing lots of one-to-one calls over the last week or so, internet permitting, with different users of Marketing Magic to look at how AI can help with all things marketing. So I thought that given that that has been a big part of my week, I would talk about it for today's Marketing Monday, how we can take the most frustrating things that you're faced with in your marketing on a day-to-day basis and create a system that supports you to get 70% of the way there with AI so that you have momentum without feeling overwhelmed. So hopefully everyone can hear me and see me. And if you can hear me and see me, I would love to hear in the chat today what your biggest procrastination-inducing marketing task is. What is something that you have had on your to-do list for ages, or that you just are like, the thought of it brings you out in hives? For me, the thing that I always procrastinated was creating sales pages and also repurposing transcripts of things into new marketing materials. And I've already talked a bit about the fact that both of those things were a core part of me starting to build out the Marketing Magic tools with AI anyway. But we all have things, right, that we leave until we can no longer leave them because they're not our comfort zone, or they just feel like they take ages. Making pins, yes. You use Tailwind and still dislike it. Repurposing, yeah. Posting on social media. Would love to create a quiz, but have a block about it. Oh, I like that one, Lindsay. And Jennifer, I have so many ideas for content and then put it off. Master procrastinator. So one of the things that I reframed myself in 2023 was around procrastination. And instead, it's creative processing time. So if you're procrastinating something, often it is because there is a gap. So you've got a confidence gap, or a resource gap, or you just have not quite finished processing and gotten to the nub of the issue. So there are things for me where I'm like, I feel like I've been thinking about something for ages, but actually I'm procrastinating, yes, but it's also my brain giving me processing time before some cool creative idea comes, while I'm in the middle of walking the dogs. Okay, so Glenette, hello. It's lovely to have you here as well. I'm procrastinating on creating videos for my YouTube channel, starting a podcast, doing outreach, all the things. I spend most of my time doing client work. That is such a relatable situation as well. SB Success Factor, affiliate marketing materials, a variety of pin descriptions. Speaker sheet and bio. Some good stuff coming through. So thanks for sharing, because we're going to have a look at how we can use AI to collapse that from a 5-hour task into a 5-minute task, which is my favorite challenge to set for myself. I'm like, if this could take 5 minutes instead of 5 hours, what impact would that have on my day? So we're going to do a little screen share, and I am going to just log in to my Marketing Magic account as well. And obviously there are different ways that you can use AI to help you. I happen to think that Marketing Magic is the best because I'm biased and I built it. But depending on, what resources you have available to you at the time, you might have a preference one way or another. So let me share my screen, and we can all be on the same page, as it were. My tab has just reminded me to tell you about this. If you are a service provider, if you work with clients, if you do anything that is service-based, or you are thinking about doing anything that's service-based, if one-to-one work is something that is in your plans, musings, or current business revenue streams, this webinar is designed for you. And it's basically a live workshop And we're going to be talking about how you can use AI confidently and transparently with your clients, positioning your value as the human expert that you are, and understanding what the limitations of AI are. Lots and lots of service providers that I have been talking to have found that, their clients might think, oh, I can just use ChatGPT for that now. And they're feeling maybe a little bit, insecure is the wrong word, okay, but bear with me, but just this sense of like pitching and positioning themselves when clients have an argument that, AI does it faster or cheaper or whatever, and there's like that sense of, oh, am I going to have to defend my value as I go into this? And so this really is a space for us to look at, okay, there are hugely valuable ways that you as a service provider are the expert in your field, and that AI, especially ChatGPT, is absolutely not going to provide the sort of consistent, excellent work that your clients need in order to do whatever it is that they're doing. And so what we're going to be talking about in this session really is how you position that and what it looks like for you to pull out the elements of your work that are really cannot be replicated by AI, and to integrate the use of AI into your workflows without it feeling like a threat. Instead, it's something that we can look at as a tool. So it's a free workshop, but you do need to register for it. I will put the link in the chat. So if you haven't registered for it, then you can. And next week's Marketing Monday will not be live streamed publicly in the way that today's is. It will be, I'm basically doing this workshop for people who've signed up for that instead. So I'm going to put the AI powered service provider into the chat, and then register for free here so that anyone who's watching the replay can also see the comment. So the link is there, and I'm going to put that there. So that's the comment where the link is. And you can head over to that and register and watch. There's a replay as well. So, but just to let you know, before we dive in, that next week that is happening. And so we will not be live as normal here. So let's have a little look-see here. Awesome that you are registered. It's good to see people are coming. And yes, if you on, I know that time, and also we're in like the time zone, Doom. So it's actually 7 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and noon Pacific, but I need to update that. So it's 1 hour after for my North American time zone friends. I just had forgotten to update that and didn't realize, because our clocks don't go to daylight savings until whatever it is that happens at the end of this month. So we've got 20 days left. So that is just to correct that. Sorry, my just moving my window around so I can see it. Okay, so like back to the 5-minute marketing. You can get a free trial of Marketing Magic to try this out for yourself for 7 days. So if you're watching this and you're like, what is this? You can absolutely come along, try it for free, and get some 5-minute marketing done in your week ahead. So we're going to have a little look here. So Mrs. G, don't you think AI isn't personal enough yet? Like, you can tell it's written by a computer. You can definitely tell it's written by a computer with things like ChatGPT. Ultimately, AI is probability based, so it will always give you the most likely result based on all of the training data that it has been trained on. And so there's always a sense that it's going to take the most common approach and the most common route. Now, there are ways of optimizing that and using different like tools to interact with the model, things like frequency penalties, presence penalties, top P, temperature, to change the way that those probabilities are calculated. But ultimately, it is going to give you what the idea that there's nothing new under the sun is a real one. And so when you're using something like ChatGPT, you are seeing a summary of the most common thought or the most common information around a particular topic. The key for Marketing Magic, and the reason I'm using this as an example, is that there's a huge amount of context built around it and a huge amount of strategic specificity in what we're asking the AI to do. And that is how you can make it sound more like you and not like a computer, because we're giving it set parameters and saying to it, this is how we want you to behave. And so that's the sort of difference here. We will always want to edit AI. So it will always get us, like, say, 70 to 80% of the way there. We do not want AI to be able to share our personal anecdotes and stories, because if it can do that, it knows too much about us. And we absolutely do not want AI to be, sharing our childhood memories as part of our copy. So the idea with tools like this is that we have a framework where it is getting us 70% of the way there. It sounds like us. It's got the structure of the information and the sort of strategic asset for your sales and marketing materials in this particular instance. But then we are able to spend a small proportion of our time editing and making it sound like us and having that extra flair and zhuzh, as it were. So it does, there's a lot of the concerns that people had last year were like, but the internet is just going to become this homogenous, mulch pit of everything being the same. And then AI is going to train itself on AI created data. And you just end up in basically a bit of a cesspool on the internet of the same sort of patterns of words and language being used over and over again. But ultimately, when we are working in our businesses online, there are things that fundamentally we need to be able to provide for our customers and ideal customers that are informational. They are functional. They are, it's a communication of information about our services, our products, our businesses that do follow a little bit of a prescriptive pattern, not in a bad way, but in a, this is the information that this person needs to be able to make a good quality decision around this purchase. And so we can have that sort of framework, and then within that framework add our own personality, our own tone of voice, our own language, our own creativity, and the sort of format of things and how we deliver things is where we can have a little bit of fun. So let me use, for an example, as one of our first 5-minute marketing tasks, put in the chat when you last updated your website homepage. When did you last go into your website homepage and update it? Either at all or substantially. Feel free to pick whichever. But when did you last update your website's homepage? Because that is something that lots of people don't necessarily know what to put on it, or you set it up once and then that's kind of it. I can answer that question that I did that in the last 2 weeks, because I rolled out finally the rebrand on my website, and I went through and added a little bit of stuff to it. So do put in the chat when you last updated yours. But let's just take a look at Marketing Magic here for the sake of this. So I've got my brand profile set up. If you set up a new account, it leads you through that process, and it's really quick and easy to do. But we're going to go over to the Website Magic tools, and we're going to look at the website homepage. And let's say you've got 20 minutes between your last meeting and your next meeting, and you're like, I really want to do something, but I'm not sure what that looks like. So you can make an update to your website, example, your website homepage. We're just going to select the Heyman Extra brand from the drop down. But let's just say I'm going to go over here and I'm like, okay, I'm happy enough with the header and this bit is fine. I've only got one of my products though linked on my homepage. So I want to create a new section for my top products and services. What I am going to do is just make sure that I have allocated those. Yes, I have, so that's fine. So we're going to go back over to here. Let's say I've got Marketing Magic on there already, but I want to add a couple of other products to my homepage section here. So that's one of the sections. I've got an About section, so that's fine. And then I've got a little section here for people to head over to my podcast, social proof. And then I've got some links to my blog, but that's not necessarily the best quality selection of things I want to share with people. So I am now going to also update the top content section of my website so that I can send people over to specific things in my business. Now, this, by the way, these stars, this is Markdown. It just means that if you copy and paste it into something like Notion, it's going to have the Markdown context there. But if you send it over to like your Google account, it normally strips that away. And the formatting is as you would expect to see it, so bold or underlined. So product 1, marketing magic, headline, unleash your marketing wizardry with marketing magic, description, say goodbye to endless content creation, and then a call to action for work your magic. So let's go over to my Squarespace account. In the interest of being in real time and showing you what this would look like in real time, I don't have graphics set up at the moment. And I also am going to struggle. I'm not, it's right there. So, okay, we've got this section. This is my, marketing magic section. So I could add a blank section here. Let's just add a blank one for the sake of that, and let's make it a high contrast. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a couple of, actually not, because this is their new editor. So let's do an image, and then I'm going to do I'm showing myself up here because I actually haven't really used the Squarespace 7.1 editor in this way. But let's just make this a little bit bigger, like so. And then underneath it, I'm going to add a text block, and I'm going to put that here. And then what I'm going to do is take my copy from this section. I'm going to remove that. And then I'm just going to paste it in this section here. So we're going to have master your marketing, and we are going to add a button block. And I'm doing this in real time. I'm not going to do this all the way through. I'm just doing it to kind of show you how quickly you can get things up and running with just a little bit of copy. So we're going to format that as a heading 3, and we're going to format that as a heading 4, just for the sake of it being consistent. And then we are going to format this paragraph 1, and we're going to bold it and do that. And then we're just going to put that in there as well. So basically then with this, I would just have, an image. Let's not do an upload. Let's do a select from library. And let's just put something like that in there for now. And then basically that is, how you would take the copy and add it to that section. And I would just repeat the same process here, but I can just copy and paste that and put it underneath here. So let's do that again for the sake of completion. We're going to do this. Again, I would edit the copy slightly before I uploaded it as well. And we've got a little so we're going to say chart your customers' success path with ease. I hate with ease. Hate that, but it's fine for now. And then endeavors, because I'm in the UK, I'm going to just put a U in there. And then journey on. So again, we can just do a little copy and paste of that button and put it here, and then map your customer journey. So we've just got a little call to action there. And then I'm going to put let's do a select here. I am going to make this live. And we're going to use a post-it note, because who doesn't love a post-it note? Those buttons do not go anywhere currently, but for the sake of showing you like how quickly that would be done, all I would need to do is make sure that those link over to pages on my website, but I'm not sure if they're currently live on my website. And then that is done. And I have taken about 7 minutes to do that. And it's just like one section. Now, obviously there's some formatting stuff here that I would spend a bit more time on, and I would make my images look prettier. But the idea that we can make these small updates, like you could overthink updating your homepage on your website I'm going to just go through here and remove this. We're just going to put it all in the bin, remove, there we go, and hit save. So because it doesn't link to anything. But we can often have this idea that the things that we're doing in our marketing are going to take us, 4 hours or something. And actually, when you get the ball rolling with something like an AI tool that is just, that has preset information, you can make the most of pockets of time. So if you work flexibly, if you have limited time or energy, there's just a really easy way to be able to do the things that are on your to-do list without thinking, I'm going to have to set aside half a day to update my website homepage and, just all of the emotional baggage that comes with having to do that. So that's the products and services piece. And then the top content piece at the bottom, these are all like lead magnets, really. So things that I'm just things that I'm encouraging people to engage with on my website, that I'm like, that's a really high quality piece of information that would be really helpful for somebody who is in my ideal audience. And again, you can, just create a section and upload that. So updating your website with just one up-to-date piece of information can take you under 10 minutes instead of, half a day. Let's have a look at the comments to see how people are going. So a couple of weeks ago, hero section, creating a new website. Recently, my web page is new as of last year. A couple of weeks ago, there's loads of people who've been updating their website a couple of weeks ago. Go ask. When I've asked that question in the past, sometimes people will be like, 2017. So yeah. Katie, you're doing a rebrand. I'm desperate to see that. But before that, 4 years. Yeah, exactly. That's more like what my answer to that would have been like, probably 4 years as well. Thanks, Ali. You look adorable today. So yeah, anyway, I know you can't see me jumping up and down, but know that I am. I love that. So when you are sorry, I'm just like making a note of the comments that I've forgotten to ask. Are you sending a link to the AI workshop in an email? Yes, I have sent one out. I will send another one out probably on Thursday. And it was linked in my email today as well. So that is there. I probably will send one out on like Wednesday or Thursday just to give people a bit of extra time to see the extra email about it. Okay, master yourself, master the trade. How much does Marketing Magic cost after the trial? If you are a small business owner and you're just using it for one business, it's $29 a month. And if you want to use it for multiple brands, it's $49 a month. And that is basically use it. Like everything that you possibly need is included in that. So it's a fair use limit, which nobody has even come close to yet. So that is I'm just like catching up with everyone, talking about their websites. I'm always tweaking things, but I haven't looked at my homepage for a few months. So your homepage is also the most important page from a search engine optimization perspective, because it's where your root domain is. So for my business, that's heymanextra.com for my marketing business. And when Google looks at my brand, that homepage and all of the links that go out of that homepage are telling Google what my business and my brand is all about. So updating our homepages to make sure they're good quality is actually more important than we realize as well. What editor or platform is this? It's actually Squarespace, which for anyone in the SEO space, if you're like, call yourself an SEO expert and you use Squarespace, what? I know, okay? But the reason that I use Squarespace is because I literally can just upload content and it's pretty, it's responsive. I don't need to worry about it. It is not the best for SEO if you are an SEO expert and you're able to do all the technical stuff in the background. But if you are just like a regular person and you just want to get your stuff out into the world, I love it. I just enjoy how simple and straightforward it is to use. Squarespace is much slower than like WordPress, for instance, from a technical perspective. And that's why people in SEO are like, oh, you should be using something else because you'll have more control over your server optimization. I know, and that's fine with me, because I just know that I would get so caught up in my WordPress technical optimization that I would not publish any pages ever. So I use Squarespace and I just really like it because it's just sweet and simple. Okay, so Liz worked her magic. Love it. Crystal, for me, I write marketing content for others every day. So when it comes to writing mine, I'm so over it. Yes, Also totally feel that. I think that there's like an extra emotional cost to writing for your own business as well, that when you are doing it for other people, you're not you don't have the whole picture of everything, but as soon as you're in your own business, you're like, but these are all the things and all the goals and all the things I could talk about. So it just makes it a little bit more like intensive an energy process to write for yourself. So that's for me with sales pages, I write a banging sales page. I love copywriting and always have. And I started out copywriting for search in like 2005. I love writing, but as soon as I am doing it for my own products, I just get really in my head. And so that's where creating a sales page comes from. And I'm going to just go into this as the next thing that we look at, because sales pages, literally, I have never been able to, up until like I created Marketing Magic, I've never been able to do a sales page in under 6 hours. And like, just because of the overthinking. And that's like, if I just sit down and write it from scratch, it will take me a minimum of 6 hours from when I start the timer going, just because I am procrastinating probably in between bits as well. But genuinely, there are things that I haven't written a sales page for that are like 18 months plus of procrastinating, and it still hasn't been sorted. And do you know the irony of me building this tool is that now I build this tool instead of doing my sales pages. So don't at me. I know. But this is the sort of ultimate guide to digital marketing. We're going to use this as an example for sales page. You do have a generate all option on here under normal circumstances, but we're just doing a little bit of quality assurance testing, so we've had to remove it for a little bit. But we're going to go through this, and it is 28 minutes past the hour as we start, and I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to talk you through the sales page creation process of Marketing Magic, because again, we're just looking at like getting the ball rolling, right? So the way that I typically do things is that I'll be editing the section before while the next section is generating. So I tend to be able to now get a sales page done in like less than 20 minutes from start to finish. But we're going to go through, and then I'm going to just show you what the process looks like in terms of like the editing of it as well. At the moment, I'm building like a big tone of voice update for Marketing Magic that is just, it's the best thing I've ever created. I am so obsessed with that. I cannot wait to be able to roll it out at the end of this month at the latest. And I don't think there are any bonuses on this. So this is probably gonna, yeah, so that's like generic because I didn't have any specific bonuses for this. But the tone of voice update that I'm doing at the minute is just, and it already gives like much better than your average AI results. But that is something that is going to remove the need to do quite as much editing as well. So let's go back up to the top and leave that thinking about it for now. So let's take a look at the headlines, right? We've got the ultimate guide to digital marketing. Crack the code, elevate your digital marketing game with the ultimate guide. Small business owners rejoice, master online growth with no nonsense marketing masterclass. Say goodbye to marketing overwhelm, dive into the ultimate guide to digital marketing. Unleash your inner marketing maestro. No more marketing mayhem. Simplify your strategy. Marketing Magic made easy, from digital dud to marketing stud. What? What? Don't just survive, thrive online. So I'm going to immediately remove these ones, and I'm also going to remove that one. I'm also going to remove that one, and I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. So say goodbye to marketing overwhelm, dive into the ultimate guide to digital marketing. And I'm going to actually edit this. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to do that. So I've got two headline options now. At the risk of not remembering which account I connected to my Notion, I'm going to send that to Notion. Perfect, it did that. So that's headed over to Notion now, but I've got two headlines to choose from. I've filtered out the other ones, so that's fine. And then now we're going to have a look at our problem section. So again, I'm just going to add a little space here. And then this is a bit much, so I'm just going to delete that. And we're going to remove that, and we're going to keep how can you stay your ship in, and we're also going to we're going to keep the steer the ship in because it's got a little tiny fish lost there. AI loves mixing its metaphors, but in this instance, they're both ocean-based, so I'm going to keep them in. And then again, I've sent that over to Notion. Aspiration section. I'm going to remove that because that's a bit cheesy. It's giving audio meditation to help you sleep. Picture yourself afloat with success. Okay, so we're going to keep that in as well. And we're also going to remove anything that starts with envision, because what in the marketing guru? Join me as we envision our marketing future, my little marketing cult friends. So I'm also going to do close your eyes. I have aphantasia. I can see nothing when I close my eyes, so I'm going to remove that as well. And then we're also going to say we're going to get rid of that because that again is, there's just sometimes it's just a bit too much aspiration, right? I'm British. We don't want to get too excited or optimistic. It's not on brand. Yeah, we're going to just leave it at that. I would reword that if I wasn't entertaining you at the same time as I'm going through it. And again, we're going to send that over to Notion. And I'm going to ignore this right now because we've actually already kind of set that scene there. And then we've got a little introduction, and we're going to remove... we're not going to remove anything from there, but I would remove that because feeling lost in the vast ocean, we've got a lot of ocean-based analogies happening and it feels a little bit much. So I would edit that a little bit, but that is basically just a short introduction that kind of ties with the overall theme of the course. So again, I'm going to send that over to Notion. And then we've got the introduction for this course. So get ready to level up your marketing game, introducing the ultimate guide to digital marketing, your key to online success. I would never say that I have the key to online success. You're designed to help you cut through the jargon and overcome your marketing overwhelm. Let's do that. And then we've got another dive. We're really going in for the ocean and sea and water-based things. So we've got a little description there as well. So then on a sales page, I would put this with like a little mock-up of the product, so that you've got that cute little section to sort of say, here's the solution to all of the stuff that we've been building up to here. And we're 6 minutes in. I said that would finish at 33 minutes past, but I'm going to just talk you through the last sections for now. But again, we've done that, and we're going to send that over to Notion as well. And also 6 minutes for half a sales page. Not bad going, right? And then who it's for. So we've got an inexplicable greeting. Who would enjoy the ultimate guide to digital marketing? So if you want to grow, if you're working towards any of the goals below, why not join me inside? And then we're going to just delete that as well. And we're going to send that over to Notion. So you can kind of just see what the editing process looks like. And I would have actually updated that with British spelling there as well. And then but I didn't show you, but Handley have. If you don't like what it has generated for some reason, you can click create again and it will resend, or you can also click the refresh button and it's going to redo that section. So we are going to get rid of unlock the secrets to digital mastery. I'm going to change the spelling to program, and then I'm going to send that over to Notion as it is, but that has given a breakdown of the different things that are included. The bonus section I generated by accident, and then we are going to just leave this section as it is, because this is like, what are the benefits of doing this course? And then I probably don't need that because it's not a really, it's like a $47 course. So are you ready to, let's dive into, let's actually refresh this. I'm not going to, I said that I would be 5 minutes and I've done 7 minutes. So we're going to just not get to dive into all things digital marketing. So we're going to just remove that. And then again, we've got start marketing with confidence. Ew. Let's amp up your marketing. I hate all of those call to action buttons. Let's immediately refresh those. So button, amp up your marketing, and we're going to send that to Notion. And then these are slightly better, right? Spark growth, rock your world. So cheesy, but again, send them over to Notion. If you have Google Drive, by the way, you can also send them to Google. I just haven't got that set up for this brand. And then FAQs are questions that people might be asking. So you can use that to base your okay, sorry, my brain just did a little reset there. You can use the FAQ section to base your customer to base like what are the things that your customers might ask. And the reason that my brain just like stopped working for a second was because I was reminding myself of how you can take these into a different section of Marketing Magic. So I'm going to copy all of that. My sales page, boom, it's over there. Obviously, we would go through. I would give myself 20. So I showed you this last week. I have one of these timers, and I will set it for anything where I'm like, oh, I will get distracted and procrastinate. I'll just set myself like 20 minutes. And I do that for sales pages because otherwise I will judge and just froth with everything like constantly until basically I have a really great sales page and nobody has ever bought any of the things that I'm selling. And so I'll set a 20-minute timer and I'll basically generate this. It takes like, maximum a minute or two for all of the sections to generate. I'll go through and spend less than 10 minutes just editing as I go. And then I'll do a final sweep as I'm uploading it to my website. And so I can be done and dusted in 20 minutes plus the time it takes me to create the actual graphics, which because I've got templates set up in my Canva, also does not take me very long. So I've just I know where I'm likely to get stuck, and that is creating the graphics and the mockups. So I've got a template for that, and with the actual editing of the copy. So I set myself a timer, and that's where we go from there. So that was longer than I intended, but who am I kidding? I just love a sales page demo. What can I say? So as far as the copy goes for the process for this, is something that is a really straightforward thing to just get up and running. And yeah, it's always fun when other people enjoy that too. Now let's have a little look at, you've got the questions, how can you create the answers? So we're going to go to product freestyle and we're going to select the product that we've just worked on. So these are all the questions, and I'm going to say, write, this is freestyle, so I'm going to say draft answers for the following FAQs. And I'm not going to do all of them. And also the freestyle tool is in beta. So let's do that through this masterclass. And I'm also going to I'm going to take that third one off because it'll take a bit longer to generate. But anyway, we've got our FAQs, and I would have put like 3 or 4 questions at least in there. But you've got now, well, this masterclass really helped me understand the marketing jargon, and then you've got a little answer. How can this guide simplify the overwhelming world of digital marketing for small business owners like me? And again, another answer there, and I can send that over to my Notion, and those FAQs will then be over in my Notion document for that product as well. So you can put, your 6 FAQs or whatever in here, but when you're asking AI to do things that are a longer generated piece of text, it almost always is just going to take a little bit longer to come back with something just because it's generating the text in the background. So longer bits of text just takes a few seconds longer. Okay, so that's all well and good, right? Let's find a sales page and let's look at how we can repurpose a sales page into a social media post. So we're going to do that next, and I'm going to find a sales page in my G Drive because they have graphics and I don't know which ones I've got live on my website. So let me just search for sales page in my Oh, here we go. Simple SEO. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. Let me check. You can see my screen. You can. Okay, great. So we've got my all of my information here for this. So let's just copy and paste. Just going to copy and paste that. There we go. And let's now go to Content Magic. So now we're in the realm of content repurposing, right? Well, if you're keeping track, we started out with updating your website homepage. We spent some time in sales page creation, and now we are repurposing a sales page into a social media post. And I'm just going to remove some of my like random little notes that are just from my Google document. And then we are going to hit repurpose. This is just like an example of how you can use the content repurposing tool. So if you've got sales page copy and you want to create a social media post, this is going to create an announcement based on the sales page. So it just reformats the existing information into that. So let's send that over to Notion. And then let's change this and say that we want to create an email, and we're going to hit repurpose. And now we're going to turn the sales page into an email. So this will take a little bit longer because emails typically are longer pieces of text than social media posts. And now here we have an email. So we've got some different subject line options. And then we've got the body copy of the email. So this is just restructuring that core information into the format that you could send that over to somebody via email. So that's one way of repurposing your content. And you can also pull out a video script. So let's say you've got a sales page and you want to create a video script so that you can record a video for that sales page. You can do that. And we've got a short form script here that is going to give you the outline of what to say in a 60-second video. And it will also give you some prompts for what to add in for B-roll and things like that. So you can take a sales page and repurpose it into different things, but you can also take a blog post and turn it into a social media post, or an email and turn it into a blog post. So that is a really handy one for doing on-the-go repurposing. And that doesn't even fall into 5-minute marketing because copying and pasting, even when I went to G Drive to find that sales page, it still hasn't taken me 5 minutes. But that's, you're looking at 2-minute marketing there. And it just means that you're not having to constantly write things from scratch. So that's one of my other favorite tools. If you're looking at doing things that are like 5 minutes or less, you can use the content repurposer for that. So let's just head over to the comments, because I've not been in the comments since I started doing the here we go. So Lindsay, OpenAI main completions returned an error. We could not pass the JSON body of your request. Lindsay, let me have a look at your account while we're here, because that should not be coming up. Let me bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to double check what is going on with that while we're here and you're doing things in real time. Okay. I can't see anything immediately. Let me just stop sharing my screen, because I just don't want to go into admin mode while I'm on that in case it pulls up your account. So let me just stop sharing my screen. I'm going to remove that for now, and then let me have a little look-see, and we'll get to the bottom of that, because seeing as you're here and we're doing this, we don't want it to be holding you back. So with bear with me. I'm sorry for the dead air. I'm really bad at talking and doing at the same time. I can't see anything obvious, Lindsay. So what I'll do once I'm off live, I'll go, oh, maybe that's it. I think I might have identified the issue. So let me just fix this here. I think it's to do with that. And thank you for letting me know, because I will now add that to my list of bugs to fix in the next few days. But I think it's probably connected to that. So let's I'll do that and then I'll come back to double check it when I'm not live. But very occasionally it just has a little hissy fit, and it's normally because there's a line break or a set of quotation marks or something, and it just hasn't been escaped properly in the code behind the scenes. So if you're still having issues after the call, when this is finished, I will go through and do a more in-depth check, but I think that hopefully may have fixed it. So let's see how you get on. Let me just log back into my main account and not my admin account so that we can get back to our marketing tasks. And okay, so Crystal, forget being my jumpstart. This could be a one-on-one with a few tweaks. Yes. One is done. There we go. One is done. This is almost overwhelming. Will this video be available after? Yes, it absolutely is available after. I'm sorry, I've gone really quickly. It's because I'm just aware of time, and I'm trying really hard to keep the Marketing Mondays to an hour. So I'm sorry that I've gone through really quickly. But yes, the replay is just on the same link, so you can watch it on my YouTube channel. But that is there for you to help. I also talk really quickly, so I apologize for that as well. I think sometimes the fact that I talk really quickly adds to the overall feeling that I'm sharing so much information. Okay, back to where we were with our copy. So let's go up. We've had a little look at a couple of things now. Speaker sheet and bio. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, just hurt my foot. Caught it on my office chair. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Brand magic. Okay, so brand bios. If we go over to the brand bio tool, there are different short bios that you can use for different online platforms, and then there's a full media bio. Now, I'm going to hit create on this, but you do need to make sure that you have filled out section 2 and 3 of your brand's profile in order for your media bio to populate. So this is going to give you a basically a breakdown in the third person of your career so far. My tone of voice is so like playful and just like informal that this is going to come out in my copy, because that is how I have set my brand profile up. And we're just finishing off a feature at the minute that allows you to remove the emojis in a click, because if AI loves something, it is an emoji, and there are too many in all of the results at all times. So most brands will be able to populate this, and you won't get the emojis coming out, but that is something that is just distinct to my brand. That is just as far as like a media bio is concerned, like I actually have a media bio on my website. Let's just go over to what that looks like. So if you're doing like a one sheet, you want to have something that is like a press approved biography, and you would typically have like a long version and a short version. At the moment, I'm working on a website magic tool. So I've got this, when I mention the things that are coming up, it's because we've got like a roadmap of things that are coming soon. So website magic at the moment, we've got the homepage and about page. The things that are coming next week are a landing page, service page, and speaker page. And the speaker page basically has your bio again, so same tool but like different format, and then you can put in the topics that you speak on, and it will give you the topic and then some bullet points of talking points, and it just basically is designed to create a page if you do interviews or anything like that. So that's something that's coming next week as well. So I'll be able to demo that on a future Marketing Monday, but that is just to give you the lowdown on that, Jennifer. Creating videos, Glenette, is something that you have said. Now, depending on if you have content to repurpose or if you're starting from scratch, because I repurpose a lot of content, the video script piece is part of content repurposing. But if you've got like a backlog of recordings and things like that, you can also use transcript magic, and you can let's just go over to transcript tasks. We're going to go to marketing materials. This allows you to create a video script from existing recordings, so audio or similar, and it'll basically just pull out a framework for a video based on the recording. So if you're wanting to, I don't know, create a YouTube video on a topic that you've already got some content written or like as in transcribed for, or you've got an audio file, you can actually upload it to the Transcript Magic side of things and then create a, it's got Menexia written in a phonetic form because it's from an original audio file. But basically it's going to give you a structure for how to pull out the copy. And then it's going to give you ideas for B-roll as well, just because of how it's been set up. So you can either ignore the B-roll recommendations and just stick to slides or similar, but it's just going to basically cut it into something that has like natural flow and that can be pre-recorded. It's so distracting to me that it says Menexia like that I would find and replace all instances of my name before I could even read it. But that is one way of reverse engineering YouTube content. So you can take work that you've already done and just reformat it and start from that point, because even if you re-record it, it's much easier to start from something that you've talked about before when it comes to recording a video. So that is one little hack there. And then affiliate marketing materials was the other thing that was mentioned. So let's go over to affiliates. I love creating affiliate packs. And if you don't want to create your own, if you need any kind of affiliate help, Zoe Linda Pollard is the person to go to for that. And I just highly recommend working with them if you're wanting to get strategic input and support for an affiliate program. If you are wanting to create affiliate marketing materials for your existing products, then this affiliate magic section is going to be super helpful. So the messaging ideas are going to give specific ideas for how you could angle the marketing. So anytime you've got a group of affiliates, they obviously all have different audiences, and basically this is just going to give different benefit driven angles through which people can promote the product specifically. Then there's email swipes, so you can create different specific emails for your affiliates to use as a template. Product details is just a summary of what the product is really quickly at a glance, and then different outcomes and problems that are solved, results that people can expect, and then a summary of the features and benefits, which again is something that is just really handy for people to be able to copy and paste into their own tone of voice emails as well. And then there's promo ideas. So what are some different ideas for blog posts, YouTube videos, podcast episodes, virtual events, things that your affiliates can do to effectively promote your product. That is this is so your promotional ideas and your messaging information would be part of your like core information pack with your product details, and then you would link out to your other documents for swipe copy. Typically is how most people would like structure that, just so you don't end up with a really overwhelming document. And then there's social swipes as well, so you can basically create different social posts for different platforms in terms of formatting, but that is going to be written in a templated format so that your affiliates can do that. And again, the process for doing this is really quick. If you include editing time, you could have this done in, again, 20 minutes, I would say. Set a 20-minute timer. If all else fails, set a 20-minute timer is my approach to life. So I might do, 20 minutes to format and pull together into a document the messaging information, product details, and promo ideas. And then the next day, I might give myself 20 minutes to do the emails. And then the day after that, 20 minutes for the social copy, just so you've got time to make sure that you're really happy with them before you send them out. But I would say like all in, including editing the copy, you could get it done and dusted in an hour, and that is like a comprehensive affiliate pack, because not very many affiliate packs I've personally seen include comprehensive messaging or product details necessarily. So those are things that I always add in, just because it makes it a lot easier for the people promoting things if they can copy and paste information when they've written a value-driven email that is designed for their audience. So that's the affiliate tools. Pin descriptions. I am just going to show you this quickly because that is something that's been mentioned in the chat. But if we go over to the social magic for social posts, if you select your product, you can choose Pinterest and then generate your different pin descriptions. So these are really handy for just uploading with different pin graphics and it'll give you the description and the title. So just as far as getting all of your products onto Pinterest in multiple forms, this is going to generate the copy for you to do that really quickly and easily as well. So that is, I'm going to leave it there. We're at 57. We've got 3 minutes left and I have gone through quite a bit, but I just want to make sure that we finish on time. Who is the contact for affiliate marketing setup? So for affiliate marketing, it's going to create like template copy basically for you to include in your affiliate pack. So it'll be specifically looking at the product information, and you can, and it'll just have like template sections. So you just go through that and make sure that obviously it's relevant to your brand, and make sure that there's you know, stuff that's relevant to your affiliate portal and to your business through that. But it is just set up to be your brand creating templated copy for your affiliates who are promoting your product for that. Question, is Marketing Magic still on GPT 3.5? Are there advantages and a way to update to 4? Yes, so you can update your account to GPT-4. So Jessica, I can't remember what account you've got, so let me just double check that, because there are 2 different answers to that. That I potentially, I think I closed the window that I needed for this. So, oh, there it is. Bear with me a second. Okay, Jessica, I can't remember what your email is off the top of my head. So, which, you know, you may but I also have only got people's first names showing, so I can't filter that way either. So basically, you can update your account to GPT-4 if you are a lifetime access customer, or you joined prior to January this year. You will have your own OpenAI integration, and so you can as long as your OpenAI account is set up for GPT-4, which most are now, you can set that up, and that's fine. It works on GPT 3.5. So if you're concerned about the amount of money that is going to cost, then GPT 3.5 is costing people an average of about 50 cents a month when they have got their own OpenAI integration. If you've got a new account as of this year, we've simplified all of that, so you don't need to worry about it. But you can unlock your account and add your own OpenAI integration, so you can upgrade and you've got a bit more control over that side of things. That is something that obviously people who are more confident and comfortable with technology have really enjoyed being able to do, but it is not something that we talk about a lot on the user side, because lots of people in our audience would find it overwhelming, and it's like an extra thing to do, and we want it to be as straightforward as possible. So you can upgrade your account, and then basically just you know, pick whatever that is. And it's, when I say upgrade, I just mean all you need to do is unlock it. It's not like an extra charge or anything. So if you have an account and you want to do that, and you can't see it obviously in your dashboard, which here, if we go to my account, oh, it's because I'm an admin. So let me see if I can just demo this properly. Bear with me a second. I just need to update my account to not be an admin account. Classic. Where are we? Okay, so let me do that. and then I'll show you what it looks like as somebody else as well. So if we go over to my account, so I can change and have, so I'm just set up on GPT 3.5 because everything is really honed at the front end for both models. So even if you're using GPT 3.5, the results that you're getting should be like super relevant and everything, but you can upload GPT, you can change to GPT-4. So you have the option to do that. And you can, you know, edit your own API keys and stuff like that. Now, if you have a new account as of this year, you are likely to see this, and you'll have a manage your subscription link, and you won't have the same option to change your model, again, just because we were simplifying things. But if you're seeing this and you want to find out about changing your model, please just pop us an email and we can get that sorted out for you and show you how to do that. So I hope that makes sense. So it's not a super streamlined answer, Jessica. So if you have your OpenAI connected, you should just be able to use the drop down and change to GPT-4. And as long as your account has, which if you're a lifetime customer, you almost definitely have GPT-4 because they gave everyone access to it like from last August. And it is, GPT-4 is great. And for headlines and things like that as well, I have been really enjoying that. For repurposing, especially for transcript repurposing, I have set it by default to be GPT 3.5 because otherwise it would cost an absolute fortune to process because of the current rate limits for GPT-4. As soon as it is like a less expensive way of repurposing, I will be making that an option to be able to use GPT-4 for that as well. But just in terms of rate limits and stuff at the minute, it's just really not worth having that as an option because it would just cost a fortune for like processing your transcripts, and it's really not worth it for the very minuscule difference in quality when you're starting with a base. You know, you're starting with existing content where you don't really want to do anything apart from change the format of it. Okay, so Mr. G, hey everyone, hit the like button before you leave today. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna highlight that comment. I appreciate that. If you are up for hitting a like, then that's great. Susan, how do we get started in Marketing Magic? The videos that we used to have are not there. So let me so the videos aren't there because we've like really simplified a lot of the stuff. So if you're if you want to pop an email over to us, Susan, if there's something specific that you're wanting to do, but Lucy and I are around and we can record a little Loom video for you if nothing else. But if you just pop us an email over so that I know what email address is connected to your account, and then we can just see where you got up to with setting it up and record like a little personalized Loom video just so that you're happy with what you need to do next. Just because this account settings page is for people who are on monthly plans, and if you have a lifetime license, then the interface just looks a bit different. So I just want to make sure that we give you specific advice for what you're currently looking at. So if you reach out, we'll get back to you tomorrow when our working day starts, and yeah, let you know. Great. So we've hit 8:05, so I'm only a little bit over. But if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, please do ask in the comments. I am going to leave you with the reminder to go to the AI powered services landing page for next week's Marketing Monday and register for this. It is free to attend, but it is more of a workshop, and I'm going to be doing specific content around being a service provider. So if you come along to that, we'll be looking at very business model specific stuff around AI and using AI as a service provider. And the link for that is going to be back in the chat. So the next week's Marketing Monday, register now to make sure you get the link. because I will not be sending out the live link in the same way next week. It will only go out to the people who've registered just because it's niche. And I'm also going to be talking a lot more about some of the like specific issues around AI that I'm absolutely happy to do for my mailing list and for people who are subscribers, but I just wouldn't be putting that out onto my YouTube for free. So feel free to register, join. It would be awesome to have you. I'll be answering loads of questions. I think Lucy's going to be hanging around as well, because she's also got lots of experience as a service provider and is just like my right hand when it comes to all things marketing magic. So between us, we shall be able to answer questions, and I'll be obviously recording a workshop and answering your questions as well. So hopefully that is, are you going to run the lifetime again? So we're not planning to currently. We are going to be running a lifetime commercial license, and I'll be talking more about that next week. That is for people who want to use Marketing Magic for their client projects. And so that is a higher price point. The price point for that will start at $997, depending on how many client projects you want to be working on like simultaneously in your account. But it will go up to about $2497, depending again on what you're wanting to do with that. And that is a lifetime license for commercial users only. So in terms of the lifetime access for Marketing Magic itself, I had not planned to do anything outside of Black Friday. I do have a really cool project that is adjacent to Marketing Magic that I really want to fundraise for, but without selling to a private venture capitalist. So I'm not saying that we're absolutely definitely not going to. It isn't currently on the plans. I'm planning to do the commercial lifetime license launch, but there is a small chance that depending on how some things that are going on at the moment pan out, I may do a very limited promotion a little bit later in the year that is very specifically focused on a product, and it'll be like a little tech Kickstarter effectively, because I want to there's just something really fun that as soon as I tell you about it, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, immediately yes. But it's super early days, so I can't talk about it, especially not publicly, until a few more ducks are in a row. So I'm at the moment, the main way to get Marketing Magic is monthly, and that's $29 a month for your small business account, $49 a month for your entrepreneur account, and it will save you up to 40 hours a month. So what is that? You know, less than $1 an hour for the time that you saved for the small business, and then like $1, you know, I don't know, I can't, it's too late for maths, like $1 and like, I don't know, 18 cents or something for the entrepreneur one. So if you've got any questions or anything like that, obviously feel free to reach out to us via email. But that's just to be totally transparent around the pricing of it at the moment. No plans to do another lifetime license at the moment, but there is a project that I'm super excited about, and I'm just waiting for a few things to work out before I make any final decisions. So yeah, hope that didn't overly complicate things anymore. I always am like, I really want to tell people what's going on because it's fun, right? The behind the scenes stuff is fun. But there's just a lot of moving parts, especially because of obviously how quickly AI moves and stuff like that as well. So anyway, any questions, reach out, let us know, put them in the chat, the comments. Otherwise, I will be live next week for the AI powered service provider, and do get your seat for that using the link in the comments. And yeah, otherwise I'll chat to you all soon, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye everyone.